Welcome in, everybody. It is Throwback Thursday. I'm Devin O'Day, and we're going to throw back to one of my best friends in this country music business. I've known her since she was 13 years old. We go back a ways, and that's Tanya Tucker. I picked up my phone, and I had a text from a number I didn't recognize, and it was Tanya's new number, and she said, "Come to the Nashville Film Festival. They're debuting my new movie, and we're going to talk." They had a wonderful Q&A, and I was there, so I got to be a part of it and experience her in all of her Tanya-ness. And it's a really cool film, and it's worth seeing. Definitely worth seeing. The Return of Tanya Tucker. She doesn't hold back, and that's what I love about her. Well, she actually does hold back, but we'll find out more about that coming up. Plus, we're going to have the Hitz List. Tracy Hitz will be joining us because it's Thursday, getting ready for a good weekend. And every Thursday, we talk to her about that. But right now, we're going to talk about, it's the time of year as it starts getting cooler temperatures outside. We start looking at our house plants that we either bring indoors or we start bringing the green inside. Having greenhouse plants actually helps your health. It gives you better breathing air and air quality. But there are a lot of things that, are you like me? You kill every house plant that you have. Well, okay. The UT Extension Service doesn't just talk to farmers. They help us with even things as simple as house plants. Take a look.
Oh man, I really like these colors for my home office. I think this will fit in great.
Hey, getting some houseplants?
Yeah, I'm trying to get into them. I see all these other people getting houseplants. I'm like, yeah, I think I'd like to get.
They are a great way to get started with plants. Do you have a lot of light in your home office?
No, my home office is actually in my basement. It's pretty dark.
Well, I'll tell you what, the cool thing about houseplants is there's a whole range that fit a variety of light conditions. Take this cast iron plant right here. Tough and better for a low light environment.
Okay. So this one will thrive in my home office.
It'll be a better place to start.
Okay, so do you work here?
Well, actually, no. I work for UT Extension. We have offices all over the state with all kinds of great publications, videos, and materials just to help you with things like this.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, good luck with your houseplants and check us out.
Thank you very much.
The UT Extension Service, in every county, there is an office. And do you know their services are free? There are even grants they can help connect you with if you're trying to expand your property or to learn more about things like fencing and things like that. There are actually grants available, and there's money that has to be spent. So check with your UT Extension Service. If you're new to Middle Tennessee and you don't have to have a big old farm operation, it could be as simple as how not to kill your houseplants. Well, there was a story we did with Shonda Pierce and Mickey Bell, who will Sunday be at the Fisher Center at Belmont. And I'm going to repeat this story. I don't usually repeat stories, but I think it's really cool because if you don't know what the Fisher Center is, it is a new theater on the Belmont campus. It's one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. It literally is. It's like being in the Skirmahorn. It is unbelievable. And it is created for the larger productions. This Sunday, if you don't have tickets to Shonda Pierce and Mickey Bell, you can get them at shonda.org or just take a look at this fabulous place. I mean, it's worth going if there was nobody performing. Look at the Fisher Center.
Just walking into the theater every day before rehearsal starts, I take a big deep breath and I'm like, wow, when's the next time I'm going to get to do that? There were whispers for a long time that we would be doing 42nd Street, and I was always like, oh, no, can't be it. No way. No way. We don't have the space. We don't have the set. And then a couple weeks before the start of my senior year, they sent out an email with the whole season, and I was just like a mess of emotions. I was like, oh my gosh. To do a show that takes place in a theater, in such a gorgeous theater, has been such a gift. And to know that when we look out at that audience, there are going to be people filling that gorgeous, huge space. Those bigger shows that have been kind of hard to pull off, we're finally going to be able to see the opportunity to see the talent of our students work in those huge scale shows.
I thought that was just a fantastic story. Okay, now we're going to take a look at my friend Tanya Tucker's movie. It started just as a phone call with Shooter Jennings, Waylon Jennings' son, to Tanya Tucker, and she was out in the middle of nowhere, Texas, and getting bad reception. And Brandy Carlisle and Shooter wanted to share. They literally wanted to share Tanya with the world. I said, look, we want to do an album with you. They filmed it because Brandy had friends, and they said, hey, look, we've got to account for all this. We've got to have you, literally, this is history making. And it was Tanya's first Grammy since Delta Dawn, when she was 13 years old. So this was a really cool thing. They called it the Return. She doesn't like the word comeback, so she liked the Return of Tanya Tucker. So that's what they call the film. It's distributed by Sony Pictures, and it was debuted in Nashville at the Belcourt Theater, historic Belcourt Theater, and it was part of the Nashville Film Festival. Here's the trailer for it now.
When I heard that Tanya Tucker hadn't made a record in the better part of 15 years,
here we go.
I suddenly realized how potent an influence Tanya Tucker has been on women in country music. And I wondered why the world has forgotten. And I wondered why I'd forgotten.
Brandy. Hi, I feel like I know you.
I want this record to be a renaissance period in her life.
I got a chorus that as I bring my flowers now while I'm living, that's as far as I got with it.
We can write it and put it on this record. Like, that belongs on this record.
My dad looked across the table at me when I was about 9 years old. And he says, Tanya, do you want to stay here for the rest of your life here in Wilcox, or do you want to go be a star? And I said, well, Daddy, that's not much of a choice. I want to be a star.
I'm ready when you are.
All right. Well, let's give it a whirl, shall we?
The snow don't fall.
Would you say your dad, like, gave you your audacity?
Oh, yeah. Never give up. Seems like I'm rushing my words.
You're perfect. Every time you thought it was you, it's them.
After losing my parents, you know, I really kind of lost my mojo. I couldn't imagine anybody managing me but my dad.
All right, let's do it again.
And I get better every time.
Tanya's voice is in all of us that sing country music.
Ain't no debt to
Do you want to be the talk of the town again?
I toss and turn with that sometimes.
There's all these people that are watching that are wondering, is she going to make it?
Say a prayer. I need it.
The great Tanya Tucker. I think it's a really beautiful thing to see somebody that strong showing vulnerability in the way that she is.
Supposedly wrote a autobiography a few years ago, but I ain't read that yet either. But it's good. I gotta read about it. Yeah. I read it. It's good too. Have you got a movie possibility? 100%. Okay. Well, I can't imagine from my perspective, but I remember walking in the studio the first day. And I remember a few days before that, I was in Austin. And that's when I recorded the song I'm doing the video on. On my way to heaven. John Carter, Cash, and Christopherson, and Dennis Quaid. But when I walked into the studio, that's when I met Brandy, and that's when I met Catherine the first time. And we had, they had two microphones, one here and one here at all times. Throw away that bathroom stuff?
Yes, ma'am. That's the first thing I did. We cut that out right away.
Yeah, but it wasn't bad. Because that's where I go to think a lot of times. And it's my little think tank. And I can sit down and nobody's gonna come in and think about things.
And insecure like all of us.
Oh,
You showed it. It's okay.
But I don't show a lot to it. I mean, I try to hide it. But, no, I'm not. People say, oh, you're always, we like you because you speak your mind. No, I guarantee you there's a lot of things I don't speak my mind about. June Carter Cash had just passed away. And she and I were up for Female Vocalist of the Year. And she beat me. But I'm thinking, well, dang, you know, I love June Carter, but and Anne Murray beat me another year, which I still like her too.
But that is the thing, and to that, like in the journey of the film, up to your point, Tanya, like
I think you spent too much time on
No, but to your point, like the Grammys weren't really the goal, right? The goal of this is her recording an incredible record,
Right.
forming this great friendship with Brandy, and
Yeah,
I think
that
what
was
people
the
learn
goal.
from that is like that you stepped into something that you weren't comfortable with, that you were afraid of, you lost your folks, and this
Oh.
was, coming back into a world that a lot of people would just say, I'm not doing that, and you
Yeah, I
did.
almost didn't do it.
Yeah.
You're right.
And so the result honestly didn't really matter. That was just an icing on the cake.
And you know what I
But
love?
you know what? I'm worried about my mind. I was in Austin down at their ranch in Hartford, and I'm on the top of the stump talking to Shooter because he's trying to talk me into coming to LA. And I'm thinking, what was I thinking? What? Someone's asked me to come do an album, make a record. What's hesitation? I still don't know what that was. I told Shooter, I said, Shooter, I don't think I can do it. And that's when he pulled the card, Tanya, you said you'd do anything in the world for me.
Wow.
I said, you're gonna use that card now.
I'm glad
Get off
he
me,
did,
gun."
right? Are we glad he did?
Got me through some hard times. Then I realized I ain't quitting. So, thank you so much.
Wow. That's Tanya in a nutshell. Those were some of the highlights, and I was really proud of, getting to see that, and I'm proud of her. And tell you who else is really special to me, and that's Tracy Hitz, who joins us every Thursday to tell us what to do on the weekend. How are you, Tracy?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Fantastic. And it is a big weekend. Whoo! I know the Josie Awards are over at the Opry. At the Opry House.
Chad Wilson is up for a couple of those. We're excited about that.
Fantastic. The Grand Ole Opry House will be the home of the Josie Awards, the biggest independent music awards in the world. And people are coming to the Opry House for all genres. It's not just one genre. It's all genres. And pack a lunch, I always say, because it takes a little while to get through all those people. But thanks to Tina and to Josie for putting these awards on. They're really fun and really cool. Well, tell me what else is going on this weekend?
Oh, there's a lot going on. You've got Haley Witters tonight at Brooklyn Bowl, which again, I love the Brooklyn Bowl. And then Smithfield is at Exit In. So excited.
Wow, that's incredible. Smithfield has been on the Opry countless times. So that's going to be a nice thing Brooklyn Bowl where is Brooklyn Bowl? Because a lot of people have asked me, they said, I've heard of that place, but where is it?
It is basically connected to the Sound Stadium. You've got Third and Home, and then Brooklyn Bowl is right next to it. So if you are looking for some really good pepperoni breadsticks, Third and Home, and then you can head over to Brooklyn Bowl. I'm sure they have good food too. But it's basically in the Sound Stadium.
I tell you, a good place if you're going to go to see anything at Sound Stadium is right across the street, that hot dog place. I can't think of the name of it, but it's literally across the street, the hot dog place.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's so good.
It is good, and it gets you in the baseball mood to have a hot dog.
It does.
Just a Thursday here in Nashville, typical Thursday, awesome things going on. And then tomorrow starts Jason Isbell's 100 days at the Ryman, or however many. He'll be there the 14th through the 23rd with taking the 20th off, but he does that residency there every year, and it sells out super fast. So that's at the Ryman. Ghostbusters is in concert at the Skirmerhorn Symphony Center. So that'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday for folks.
For people who don't know what that is, it's when they take the movie and they show the movie, but the score of the movie is played by our symphony at the same time. It's a very cool experience, don't you think?
I think it's amazing. And thank you for explaining that. I'm so used to knowing what everything is. I kind of zip through so you can get to other people, but yes. And just, obviously the sound at the Skirmerhorn is so amazing. Also tomorrow, Brent Cobb is at the Basement East. I love him.
Yes,
too. But he's battling up against Jason Aldean, who's at Bridgestone tomorrow.
Whoo! I tell you what. So if you are looking to come downtown for anything this weekend, just remember there's a lot going on. When you have your big country concerts at the Bridgestone or events at the Bridgestone, it always affects traffic and parking. A lot of those places that are close by, Music City Center fills up really fast because it's actually fairly affordable parking.
It actually is. And the Predators started their regular season. I think it starts either today or tomorrow. So said Bridgestone is going to be packed with everything. But Jason Aldean tomorrow, if you don't go there, the Sweet Lizzie Project, who opens a lot for the Mavericks, they're at the basement tomorrow. Jimmy Fortune is at the Homestead Hall tomorrow as well. Saturday, the Blues brunch at Acme, which I have not been to before, but yeah, Saturday they got a blues brunch. Also on Saturday, I don't know who these people are. I Googled them. They're at Ascend, so I felt like they're worth mentioning, but the Head and the Heart, I'm sure other people have heard of them, but
I've never heard of them.
Yeah, but if you're at Ascend, it's supposed to be such a beautiful day on Saturday, maybe our last, kind of summery-ish feel. So Saturday, again, the Head and the Heart, don't them, but they have to be good if they're at Ascend. And then Paula Cole, little flashback. She's at Franklin Theater on Saturday. And then 12 South is starting their 12 South Jamboree. So this Saturday and the following 2 Saturdays, which is just, another festival with food and drinks and live music and arts and crafts. And then back at the Bridgestone, Post Malone. That'll be a huge one. So watch out for that on Sunday. Wow. Post Malone. Yeah. And he's having a post party. I don't know if he'll be there. It's featuring Moneybag Yo, who I don't know who that is, but that's at Brooklyn Bowl. So Post Malone, I assume he'll stop by at his own post party, but you never know. But that's at Brooklyn Bowl is the post party. He's at Bridgestone. And then Stevie Nicks is at the Ascend on Sunday night as well.
Good Lordy, what a weekend. What a weekend. It's also the day for the Country Music Hall of Fame induction ceremony that will be Sunday afternoon on the 16th. It will be this Sunday afternoon starting at 3 o'clock. Well, actually 4 o'clock people will be entering. So there'll be stuff going on with that. So hopefully we can have some footage that we can include on our Monday show. But it's going to be a big, big, big weekend. Congratulations to the nominees and inductees and all the other E's. Tracy Hitz thank you for all that you bring to us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Like I said, it always seems like this is just another big weekend in Nashville. We're so fortunate to live here. And I just wanted to comment. I talk about the listening room a lot, but I went last night to see Levi Hummin, but his dad was with him. I mean, I'm going to post it on my TikTok, but if you want to see just a super talented man and how proud he is of his son, who is also super talented, it was like one of the most adorable, awesome things I've ever seen is those two playing together. It was so great.
And for those of you that don't know, Levi Hummin's dad is Marcus Hummin, who wrote many hits, including God Bless the Broken Road for Rascal Flatts, and has done an amazing songwriter. He had never played the Opry, even though he's had a record deal. Marcus hadn't. But Levi got a chance to play the Opry. So he invited his dad on his debut to play the Opry with him. He said, I got to share this with my dad. He's the reason I'm here. So it's really nice. And we love sharing stories about families.
Yes, they're a great pair. If they ever play together again, I will be there.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, Tracy, thank you. Thank you. If you are an artist coming into town, Hitz and Branding has everything you need. So give Tracy a call at Hitz and Branding, or just take a look. If you missed anything we're talking about, thehitzlist.com, you can see it. I'm reversed. Tracy Hitz, thehitzlist.com. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
You too. Bye. I mean, she is a curator of all good stuff. We love what she can provide for us. Talk about curating good stuff. Pick TN. If you see a Pick TN label on anything in your grocery store, it means it's native to us. It is a Tennessee born and bred, created, produced product. And they do a lot of things, including teaching us how to shop better at farmers markets and how to go into the kitchen and make something yummy. It is apple season. It is apple season. What do you do with apples? You make apple crisp, of course.
We want the consumers to be confident that what they buy is going to be healthy, they're not going to bring any diseases home, they're going to have success. Most of the plants that go to the farmer's market are annuals. A lot of vegetable plants, tomatoes and peppers. Then we have annual flowers that homeowners like to buy too. Our people spend a lot of time out in the field looking at plants, educating the producers about how they need to grow these plants so they're more healthy and pest-free. We often take one or two out of the pot to look at the roots to make sure they have a clean, healthy root system. We look for any insect problems, leaf spots, watering issues, maybe too much water, not enough water. We want a healthy, clean product to lead the farmer's market. This is a win-win situation for the grower and the homeowner. They can feel confident that their plants are produced in a way that gives them quality, and the homeowner, they should have a very successful season.
Find your local farmers market at picktnproducts.org and click on the Farmers Markets tab.
Oh, good morning. Good morning. Time for our shout outs. Diane Austin, one of our girls next door, still raising money on their Kickstarter campaign. Love, 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 love them, the girls next door. And Corinne Flip, good morning. Good morning. Good to have you here. Phil McGarrah, a wonderful cowboy singer from out in Oklahoma. Alicia joining us now. I think Ashland City. I think I've got that right. And I love, love, love this on so many labels. Brandy Carlisle, amazing human being. Yes. And so is Tanya. A lot of you guys joining me today. I'm so excited that you're part of the show. As you drive downtown, we talk a lot about all the things happening, and we talk about affordable parking. But what we don't always talk about is pedestrians. They are everywhere, and they will walk out in front of you. These are tourists in our town, sometimes locals in our hometown, and they get fascinated by the lights and the music and the sound and things going on, that they forget that this is a road and people are driving. And if you're driving and someone walks out in front of you, pedestrians are a big deal with the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
Be aware, be alert. Pedestrian fatalities are on the rise. In 2019, there were over 6,000 pedestrians killed and 76,000 injured in traffic crashes nationwide. On average, a pedestrian was killed every 85 minutes and injured every 7 minutes. In Tennessee, pedestrian crashes continue to increase. In 2020, there were 530 fatal or serious injury crashes statewide involving a pedestrian. In 2021, there were 583.
In 2020, 7 roads accounted for more than 50% of all pedestrian deaths in Nashville. These 7 roads are Lafayette or Murfreesboro Road, Old Hickory Boulevard, Nolensville Pike, Dickerson Pike, Trinity Lane, Gallatin Pike or Main Street, and Charlotte Pike. The 7 corridors are dangerous due to high levels of speed. Most deadly crashes happen on streets with 4 or more lanes, with speed limits greater than 40 miles an hour. Speeding greatly increases your chance of a crash with a pedestrian. Just a 5-mile-per-hour decrease in speed can be the difference between life and death. If you hit a pedestrian at 40 miles an hour, there's an 80% chance that they'll die. At 20 miles an hour, there's a 90% chance that they'll live. Transit corridors will inevitably have pedestrians. Slow down and stay alert. Pay attention to your surroundings everywhere you go. Be mindful of intersections, bus stops, neighborhoods, and other areas where you may see people walking. This includes poorly lit parking lots as well. Walk Like Nashville created the Look For Me campaign to help reduce the number of people killed or severely injured while walking in Nashville. Through education and awareness, we can keep our neighbors safe when they are walking in our city. Each and every pedestrian killed is a loss to our community. We all have a responsibility to look out for each other, stay alert while driving at night, and slow down.
Thank you for watching Talking Traffic Safety. For more episodes and information, visit tntrafficsafety.org. Take care and drive safe.
It's always good to be reminded of things like that. We take for granted sometimes that people around here, and I think we have so many foreign tourists that come into our town as well, who might not even be used to the roads going the right way. I know when I was in Australia, I almost stepped out in front of traffic looking the wrong way because they drive on a different side of the road than we do. So crazy, huh? So be careful and be mindful, and welcome all the tourists in our hometown. And especially if you want to tell them a place to go, it is fall, and Cheekwood is a must see.
Hi, my name is Shannon Pruitt. I'm a garden supervisor here at Cheekwood. I want to welcome you to our pumpkin patch for Harvest 2022. We have a few new things I want to introduce you to that we're very excited about. We have a third pumpkin house, which you'll see directly behind me. It's a different shape. It has a whole different look to it, so we're very excited. It really brings our pumpkin village to life. We have our other two houses that you may have seen in years prior, but they look new and different with different pumpkin selections. When you're looking at our pumpkin houses, make sure to look at the roofs, make sure to look at the window boxes, the planters. There's all kinds of stuff to see. We also will have corn dig pits for little kids. They can search for mini pumpkins inside of loose corn, something to keep them occupied for a little while you sip on a drink and enjoy your time in our pumpkin patch. We've got 10,000 plus pumpkins for you to enjoy within our garden space. When you come visit us at Cheekwood, make sure you come visit the color garden where you'll see a mum explosion. We have colors of red, orange, yellow, white. We also have plant-themed scarecrows in our seasons garden, which is very fun for the kids. Bring your friends and family out to Cheekwood to see our pumpkin village. Lots of great Instagram photo spots.
Where's your favorite place to go in the fall in Tennessee? We'd love to hear about it here. You can leave it in the comments or drop me a line at devinoday@gmail.com. You guys have a great rest of your day. Be very mindful to be safe. Just like our friends at the Highway Safety Office always remind us, be kind to each other as we try to get that message off in every day here to inspire and inform. That's why we're here at Main Street today. And make sure that you download our wonderful handy dandy app, Main Street Media TV. Write it out when you look in your Google Play or your Apple Store for applications. Main Street Media TV. Download that app and you won't ever miss anything, and nothing ever gets blocked. We just have a lot of local content there. Be safe, be kind, and remember, most of all, you are loved. Bye.
We are home, we are family, we are things to do and places to see. Mom and pop, local grown, small business Saturdays. We are Main Street, Main Street, Main Street. We are your Main Street today.